Allah, the Merciful, the Beneficent. Now with today's main headlines. UK inflation reaches 8-month high of 2.6% in November. Winter rains worsen conditions for Gazans. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, learning magic except to nullify it is absolutely forbidden. Scientists grow human spine structure in the lab. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, this is Hussein Ali and you are watching Shia Waves live from London only on Imam Hussein TV 3. The UK's annual inflation rate reached an 8-month peak of 2.6% in November, rising from 2.3% in October. This increase was in line with market predictions. The main factors driving this rise were transportation costs, along with expenses related to recreation and culture. Transport costs saw a year-on-year decline of 0.9% in November, an improvement from a more significant 1.9% drop in October. In contrast, prices for recreation and culture increased by 3.6% annually, up from 3% in October. Core inflation, which excludes fluctuating items such as energy, food, alcohol and tobacco, also rose to 3.5% in November compared to 3.3% in October. On a monthly basis, the Consumer Prices Index increased by 0.1% in November, a decrease from 0.6% in the previous month. Meanwhile, core CPI remained unchanged in November. As winter approaches, nearly 1 million Gazans face inadequate shelter amid ongoing Israeli bombardments and severe restrictions on aid. According to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, 945,000 people require urgent winterization supports, while only 285,000 have received assistance since September. Since October 6, 2024, attacks on civilian infrastructure have surged, with 170,812 structures damaged or destroyed. The World Health Organization reports alarming conditions in hospitals, and diseases like respiratory infections and diarrhea are rising, particularly among children. Aid convoys face extreme insecurity, with recent attacks leading to significant losses of food and supplies. OCHA reported that of 339 planned aid operations, only 30% were approved. The humanitarian situation is dire, with 273 Palestinians killed and 853 injured in the past week alone, bringing total casualties since October 7, 2023 to over 45,059 fatalities and 107,041 injuries. Immediate action is essential to protect vulnerable populations. Another daily scholarly session of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Husseini Shirazi was held on Saturday, the 20th of Jamad al-Awwal. Regarding the ruling on learning magic, Grand Ayatollah Shirazi stated, the late Sheikh Ansari has narrated in his chapter on Al-Makasib al-Muharramah that learning magic is absolutely not permissible. His Eminence further explained, this issue is only exempted in one case, which is when it is learned for the purpose of nullifying magic. Let's watch the statements together.
تو قرآن هم آیه داره و همین هم یکی از یعنی چشم بندک آره خودش از اقسام سحر همینه اقسام سحر همینه یه قسمش رو چشم اثر میذاره یه قسمش روی اعصاب اثر میذاره رو مغز اثر میذاره سحر اقسام مختلفه داره چی؟ ها آه آه نه اینا سحر نیست، اینا وسائلی است که استفاده ازش میشه. وقت استفاده حرامش جایز نیست، استفاده حلالش اشکال نداره. نه سحر نیست. بله.
Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. UK inflation reaches 8-month high of 2.6% in November. Winter rains worsen conditions for Gazans. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, learning magic except to nullify it is absolutely forbidden. Also tonight, first binary star discovered near Milky Way's supermassive black hole. Researchers at the Francis Crick Institute have successfully created a lab-grown notochord, a crucial component in vertebrate development. This mimics early human trunk development and includes neural and bone stem cells. The notochord, a rod-like tissue, acts as a structural guide during embryonic development, organizing tissues for the spine and nervous system. This research involved analyzing chicken embryos to decode the formation of the notochord, leading to a precise sequence of chemical signals that guided human stem cells to form the structure. The resulting miniature trunk-like organoids, measuring 1 to 2 millimeters, demonstrates potential for studying spinal birth defects and intervertebral disc conditions. The notochord's ability to send chemical signals that organize surrounding tissue mimics its function in natural development, opening new avenues for understanding human developmental disorders. And now we continue with some short news. Since embracing Islam in the 1970s, Dutch researcher and thinker Abdelwahid van Bommel has worked to provide a deeper understanding of the Holy Quran to Dutch society, with a particular focus on the younger generation. Among his most notable efforts in this field is the publication of a series of books featuring a contemporary translation of the Holy Quran aimed at children. These books are carefully written in a simplified style that combines precision with profound meanings, making them more accessible to young readers. In 2017, Van Bommel published the first volume of his acclaimed series titled The Quran, Interpretation for Children, which aims to present the meanings of the Holy Quran in an easy and comprehensible language. Van Bommel's translation is distinguished by its integration of the Quranic verses' meanings with the historical context of the prophets, while addressing the challenges modern generations face in understanding religious texts. A ferry carrying tourists from Mumbai's Gateway of India to Elephanta Caves capsized near Elephanta Islands on Wednesday after colliding with an Indian Navy speedboat. The incident, which occurred around 4 p.m., left 13 dead, including 3 Navy personnel and 10 civilians, while 101 passengers were rescued. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis confirmed the accident, stating, "Rescue operations are ongoing. Fortunately, most passengers have been saved." The collision occurred near Butcher Island, with reports suggesting the Navy speedboat was out of control. Survivors, who recorded the moment, described the impact as forceful enough to fling passengers into the air. Global coal consumption is expected to hit a record 8.7 billion tons this year, remaining at near record levels for 4 years due to a gas crisis stemming from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The International Energy Agency reports that coal production and power generation have surged since the conflict raised global gas prices. Consumption is on track to reach 8.77 billion tons by the end of 2024, largely driven by power plants, especially in China, which consumes 30% more coal than the rest of the world combined. In contrast, coal power generation in developed economies like the US and EU has peaked, with declines of 5% and 12% expected this year. Iran is grappling with severe disruptions caused by an intensifying energy and currency crisis, compounded by historical regional tensions. Major government services, including offices, schools, banks and businesses in Tehran and other provinces, have largely shut down due to fuel and power shortages as sub-zero temperatures set in. Energy Minister Abbas Ali Abadi confirmed that 13 power plants are offline due to fuel shortages, leading to widespread blackouts, both residential and industrial. These outages, many unannounced, have also disrupted communications as cell towers and internet services go offline. Health officials estimate that air pollution costs Iran up to $20 billion annually and contributes significantly to mortality rates in Tehran. The economic strain is compounded by the rial's dramatic depreciation, reaching record lows amid ongoing sanctions and geopolitical tensions. The World Health Organization reported a sharp increase in global cholera cases and deaths in November 2024 compared to last year. From January to November, 733,956 cases and 5,162 deaths were recorded across 33 countries, with cases rising 37% and deaths 27% compared to the same period in 2023. While November marked record production of oral cholera vaccines, boosting the monthly stockpile to 3.5 million doses, the WHO warned that vaccine supply still falls short of the 5 million doses needed for effective emergency response, calling for urgent action to scale up vaccine production. Researchers have identified the first ever binary star system, named D9, near Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. This groundbreaking discovery, published in Nature Communications on December 18, challenges previous assumptions about black holes being destructive. Lead author Florian Pipka from the University of Cologne noted that, despite the intense gravitational forces, the binary stars have remained stable, indicating they can survive in such extreme conditions. The D9 system, estimated to be 2.7 million years old, shows sign of gas and dust, suggesting potential for planet formation. Researchers predict that the immense gravity of Sagittarius A may merge the two stars within a million years, adding to the understanding of star and planet formation in extreme environments. We have reached the end of today's news. Let's take a look at the main headlines for this evening. UK inflation reaches 8-month high of 2.6% in November. Winter rains worsen conditions for Gazans. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi: learning magic except to nullify it is absolutely forbidden. Scientists grow human spine structure in the lab. First binary star discovered near Milky Way's supermassive black hole. You can view the latest news on our website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of your screen. Thank you all for watching. We pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We're going! IHC! Imam Hussein charity, we're bringing up awareness for the water campaign.
Assalamu alaikum. You can see that there is an aeroplane right behind us. Today, us